Now, on Sunrise, an emotional day in Vancouver. Family, friends, and teammates pay tribute to a high school student who passed away earlier this week. Plus, celebrating Arbor Day in October, why the typical spring event is being held in the fall in Portland. Your news starts now. Good morning, and thanks for joining us on this Sunday morning. I'm Libby Dowson with Daisy Caballero. Nice to have you here.
Thank you, you too.
We are getting excited for another nice afternoon. Boy, yesterday was great.
So nice, and we're basically going to be seeing the exact same day for today as well. So if you liked yesterday, you are in luck, because also it's going to be the last sunny and warm day that we are going to be seeing for at least the next 7 days. So if you have any outdoor activities that you really want to go, whether it's the pumpkin patch or a hike or anything of the sorts, today's the day to do so. I'm giving you a live look through the Wells Fargo Skycam. We're still about 30 minutes for the sun to officially come up, but we're holding 50 degrees right now, a little bit warmer than where we were yesterday during this time. Looking at the rest of your current temperatures, 46 degrees for Tiger. Good morning. Sherwood 45, 54. One of our warmer spots for Happy Valley, looking down south to Salem. In Kaiser, 48 and 49, as you can see here, 44 degrees for McMinnville. So still dealing with the ridge of high pressure, which will allow us to see all of that sunshine that we will be seeing before the rain arrives in the coming days. So this is what's on tap. A high of 76 degrees for Portland, 75 for Vancouver, and also for Longview. There is a potential for some of us to deal with some morning fog pockets. After that, more of that sunshine. Libby, back to you.
All right, Daisy, thank you. An emotional Saturday at Kiggins Bowl in Vancouver. Football serving as an outlet for community in mourning. A Skyview High School student passed away in his sleep this week. William Sloan, known by his friends as Liam, was a junior at Skyview High School. Coaches announced Friday on social media he had died in his sleep, possibly from natural causes. Skyview's game Saturday saw his teammates, friends, family, and coaches come together as they grieve. We talked to a couple of Liam's teammates before the game. They say he was a hard worker, a great student, and a loyal friend.
He'd always show excitement, big smile. I'd go throw a touchdown, I'd go give everybody high fives, and he'd come up and just give me a big hug.
It won't ever feel the same. It won't ever feel right. It just feels like we're gonna miss the heart and soul of our football team, man.
The Storm beat Richland 21-14. Liam's family thanked the community for their support. An update to a shooting investigation in North Portland. Police say a man who was shot earlier this month died after 5 days in the hospital. On Friday, October 4th, officers were called to a crash at Northeast MLK and Columbia Boulevards. They say 38-year-old Anthony Bell had been shot while in his car. Bell died in the hospital Wednesday. The suspect or suspects left before police got to the crime scene. Portland police are investigating a shooting that left 2 people hurt. Those victims called 911 just after 9 o'clock Friday night after their car was shot along Northeast 66th and Tillamook. They were taken to the hospital, but doctors expect both to survive. So far, no arrests have been made. In Washington, 2 men arrested after Bellevue police say they found 3 explosive devices on them. It caused a traffic jam for hours and all started Saturday morning in a parking lot. Neighbors called 911 because of a suspicious car. Police say they found 2 men slumped over inside a reported stolen vehicle and saw drug paraphernalia. Police laid down spike strips under the car. The suspects then took off and still drove onto I-90, even with shredded tires.
And that's where things got interesting. The driver of the vehicle at one point turned around with what we could see had a lighter in one hand and a tennis ball size explosive device in the other hand.
Police were eventually able to capture the 2 men. 2 bombs and 1 firework were found on the suspects. Police are now investigating a possible motive. Multnomah County's Deflection Center is opening tomorrow. That's about 6 weeks behind schedule. It will be a place for people to get connected with addiction services as an alternative to jail. Blair Best has a look for us.
Just like the change in season, a change is coming to this corner of Multnomah County. On October 14th, this modest building in Portland's Central East Side will be where officers take people eligible for deflection, an option for those without active warrants whose only crime is possession of hard drugs. This Deflection Center was originally set to open more than a month ago on September 1st, when possession became a crime again in Oregon. But Multnomah County Chair Jessica Vega Peterson delayed the opening due to staffing shortages.
It's going to make a huge difference for law enforcement because law enforcement and our partners at the City of Portland have been clear with us. They need a space to drop off people who are eligible for deflection.
Starting Monday, the Deflection Center will be open from 7 in the morning to 11 at night, Monday through Friday, and until 3 p.m. on weekends. Security will be on site and patrolling the perimeter 24/7.
The Deflection Center is going to be operating partly based on when we're seeing the most demand for deflection services.
Services the county could not offer alone.
We're the architectural of record for the project.
Margaret Wilson is the principal architect Multnomah County hired to help find and design the deflection building and deal with permitting, among other things.
We've been designing their spaces and really working in hand with the construction company to provide a quick delivery of service so that they could open as quickly as possible.
The plan is to add 10 reclining chairs to act as sobering beds early next year. But Wilson is also searching for a permanent drop-off sobering center where people can stay up to a few days, different from this deflection center.
We've been looking at anything from warehouse buildings that have limited walls on the interior to I think there was one that was more of an office building that we were going to renovate. And a project type like this really can make a huge impact on people's lives as they start their transition and really look at how this can be a great impact to our whole entire community.
All to help people like Steve, who stays busy clearing the sidewalk where he sleeps. It's a block away from the Deflection Center and under a billboard that warns of the deadly consequences of the drug he depends on.
I went from fishing commercially for 12 years, and I was about 50 days away from a 100-ton master captain's license, and I threw it away because I chose fentanyl.
Now he spends $50 a day on fentanyl laced with xylazine, or tranq, an animal tranquilizer that causes these open wounds on his leg.
So xylazine is, which people know as tranq dope. Our body doesn't really know how to, I guess, expel it, is what I'm told, and doesn't know how to filter it out, and so we get leg wounds, and they won't go away. It's painful. It's scary. I've wanted to quit for a long time, but the pain comes back.
Blair Best, KGW News.
A quick reminder, you'll be able to hear from the top 5 candidates for Portland Mayor right here on KGW this week. Join us and the Oregonian for the debate Tuesday at 6:30. You can watch it live here on KGW or streaming on our KGW Plus app. It is one of Portland's more recent annual events, and it was inspired by climate change. Saturday, the city's urban forestry team held its Arbor Day celebration at Glen Fair Park. Arbor Day is typically observed in April, but since 2018, the city has been holding the event in October. It says Portland's hot, dry summers have made it difficult for trees planted in April to survive. Doing it now helps ensure they'll grow to expand the city's canopy cover where it's needed most, like Glen Fair Park.
We're planting 10 trees here, a diverse collection of trees as well, to bring some greater shade and environmental and public health services to this neighborhood.
After the community tree planting, they held a celebration, which included music, food, games, and rides in their bucket trucks. Through the end of the year, the city is also giving away free trees for your yards. You can find details on our website, kgw.com.